Oh, hey, there's a car here. Do you guys want to go for a ride?
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Affirmative.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Okay, driving the car is actually really easy. You just gotta press W to go fast. Press it harder to go faster. My good brother, this thing costs 25,000 requisition at level 25. You could shoot out of it, you could drive it. That's all you really fucking need to know about the car itself. It survives fine. It rarely ever blows up. It's pretty much indestructible. Okay, maybe it does explode sometimes. But here are some things you can avoid hitting. Forklifts. They explode. Explosive barrels. They explode. These grey box things. They explode. Any of these. They explode. Automaton mines. They explode. Helldrivers. They get mad at you, and sometimes they explode.
Jesus fucking Christ, Sleepy, why do we?
Okay, on a serious note, friendly fire is a real issue with the car. You can shoot over the top of it, and Helldivers will shoot over the top of it and just end up killing each other. You know what? I'm going to make a very, very brief statement that all the other tutorials are too afraid to make. Stop bleeding out of the fucking car, please! I am dead serious. You don't need to help the heavy gunner with your little light penetrating primary weapon. Like, what is that? Is that a defender against the bots? Oh, come on, man. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that you can't ever lean out of the car, because there are some situations where it is very useful to do that, but you have to be using the right weapons. You have to be using fire and forget, like the recoilless rifle, or EATs, or commandos, or quasar cannons, not just like sticking your head out for no fucking reason. You've got to think about it as a risk reward. There are a couple of things that can happen when you aim out of the car. You could either kill whatever you're shooting at, or you could kill the passenger opposite you, or you can kill the gunner opposite you, or they can kill you. You need to weigh up whether or not killing whatever you're firing at is worth the cost of either you or your teammates' lives. And more often than not, it's not really. Unless it's something like a tank or a factory strider or the front of a Hulk that the gunner is struggling to deal with, you don't need to pop out and help. And only if you have the right tools is it worth helping. One bit of tech I recommend learning and putting into practice is pressing C on your keyboard to swap seats to the seat opposite you when you're sat in the back of the car. That way you can take aim and fire at things and not take out the gunner or take out the other passengers in the car. It is also worth mentioning you can do this as the driver. You can press C and swap seats to the passenger seat, and you can throw stratagems out of the window. You can fire your support weapon out of the window. It is a skill that is worth learning and worth using. Alright, this one goes out to all my glue eaters out there. To all those brave, brave souls that will get in the gunner seat and get blown out of the gunner seat and get back in the gunner seat and get blown out of the gunner seat. Basically, if you see the heavy gunner seat and you decide that you want a slice of that particular cake, you just kind of have to be ready to die at any point. And it won't be your fault, and you shouldn't feel bad, and you'll wish that you brought a shield generator or Democracy Protects armor. But it's like I said, you just gotta be ready to die at any point. Violently. And sometimes the best thing you can do as the heavy gunner is to ignore the chimpanzee in your brain and just hop in the side of the car. If you've just got to get from A to B, you don't need to be shooting at everything along the way. You can just hop in and get to wherever you need to go. Hop out. I'm saying this because the amount of times I've been trying to just drive from A to B and someone insists on getting in the gunner seat and I keep bumping the car around, they keep getting shot at. It's a little bit frustrating to come and pick you up every time you fall out. Okay, so if I don't recommend the gunner seat for when you're driving around, surely it's fine to use it when you're parked up, right? Well, not really. It's not really worth having a rock devastator obliterate your car from across the map. It's much better just to park the car away from whatever engagement you're in and then just return to it when you need to move. Okay, we just covered literally everything you need to know about the car. Now we're going to talk about what missions we should bring this thing on. Eradication missions. don't fucking bother. Literally any other stratagem is going to do better on an eradication missions. Like EATs. Bring EATs. No one brings EATs. Command bunkers aren't really my favorite either. They tend to snipe the car with their little turrets from across the map. They're also not wonderful for dealing with factory strider convoys. They will also shoot your car with their big turrets from across the map. This is partly because of the range that you become visible from when you step in the car. It's kind of ridiculous how far the bots can see you as soon as you step into a vehicle.
Yes, Snake. The Focus SE is the perfect vehicle for driving around Shadow Moses Island.
The only other two missions I'm a little bit iffy about are Raise the Flags and Geological Survey. Those two mission types tend to require you to stand your ground a little bit more than the others, which you're not really going to do in your car driving around. Instead, for those missions, I might recommend something, maybe instead bring like the expendable anti-tank, you know, the EATs. Bring the EATs, please. Check this out, right? If you are carrying the hard drive for a retrieve valuable data mission, you can carry it in the car. Usually if you get in the driver's seat, you'll just drop it. But if you get into the passenger seat and press C, you could just swap right into the driver's seat and carry it along with you. My last important note for when and where to bring the car is take into account the terrain that you're going to be driving on. The swamp biomes suck to drive in. The icy biomes suck to drive in. Desert biomes are really fun to drive in. You're going to have much greater control over your car driving on city streets than you are on sand dunes or icy lakes. What I recommend doing is taking a car out on a level 1 mission, probably when you're super credit farming, and just figuring out what each planet handles like, how the car controls, and if it's worth bringing it on that planet if you can handle it. Okay, this is what you came here for. I like to bring the Eagle Airstrike, recoilless rifle, and the rocket sentry. Sometimes the autocannon sentry, depends how I'm feeling. The Eagle Airstrike is fantastic at dealing with light to medium units. It can deal with heavy units, but it can take a bit more. And when they are not enough, that's when I bring out the recoilless rifle. You want to be using your recoilless rifle in conjunction with your car to get your recoilless rifle to where it needs to be. Because when you get the hang of doing that, you can deal with super high priority threats just by yourself. Just make sure that you put the handbrake on if you're going to do stunts like that. It's also important to, whether it is the recoilless rifle or any other explosive weapon you bring, have one in your loadout. You can use your explosive weapons to flip your car over if it gets stuck upside down. You can use all manner of weapons. You can use the autocannon, you can use the explosive crossbow or the grenade pistol as well if you don't want to give up a stratagem slot or a support weapon slot. But you will want to make sure that either you or someone on your team has something that is capable of flipping the car back over. The last thing that the recoilless rifle is useful for is the seat swapping technique that I talked about earlier, where you can swap seats to just blast something while you are moving. And then of course the last stratagem on this loadout is the sentry gun. Just throw it down whenever you're trying to hold a position, just to cover you, keep things off your back. While you're doing the main objective or hitting points of interest, it's good just to have something covering you. The neat thing about this loadout is that it doesn't particularly matter what primary or secondary weapon you bring. I like to bring the classics. I've got the Diligence Counter Sniper and the Senator Revolver. I just like to pretend I'm a cowboy. And of course the Thermites. And of course you can take whatever armor passive you would like. I would recommend a medium armor passive. Don't recommend the Scout armor passive, it doesn't do anything for how easy it is to detect your car.
I'm gonna Fulton extract myself a Ford Focus SE right now.
And that's all I really have to say for a loadout revolving around driving the car. But there is the other side of it. If you want to be helpful to your driver friend, here are some things that you can bring. It's literally just a recoilless rifle. Here's a clip of me trying way too hard to get into my mate's car. I finally get in, and I hop in the machine gun. I can't deal with these hulks. Maybe if my aim was better, but still, it's too much of a struggle in the back of the car, and I just end up dying for it. And then, pretty much in the same situation, I hop into the passenger side with my recoilless rifle. They drop a fucking tank on us. Kablamo, dude! The recoilless rifle is the universal problem solver, and when you drive in the car, you're gonna run into a lot of fucking problems. The best thing a driver can have is a passenger seat princess who knows how to use a recoilless rifle and will not get killed by the gunner. It's insane how effectively you can take out priority targets like this. And in addition to the recoilless rifle, you can also employ things like orbital lasers, orbital barrages, airstrikes, any number of different things you could use to take out bases or high priority targets. I implore you, the next time you see someone taking a car on your mission, consider taking the recoilless rifle and a handful of powerful orbitals, and ride shotgun with them and just traverse the map and deal with objectives as they come. And it is important now that we talk about another stratagem. In my opinion, the portable hell bomb is overrated. Like, it's good by itself, and it's fine if you're doing a meme run, but it lacks the consistency that the recoilless rifle brings. A lot of the time, you would just be better throwing in a 380mm barrage from the safety of your car. Like, the car can sometimes be a good delivery method for the backpack, but it typically involves you driving into the danger directly where you don't want to be, where you're the most susceptible to rocket fire. That's gonna knock the car about and cause you a real bad time. I mainly bring this up because there's a lot of Battlefield 3 old heads out there that still believe that the strapping explosives to your vehicle is the way to go. And like I said, it can be very good, it can be very, very effective, but it's not consistent. However, it does kind of bring to mind the whole reason I enjoy the car in the first place. Unlike every other stratagem in this game, the car is the only one that requires teamwork to get the full usage of. And once you get the hang of the handling, the driving of the car, and you understand the further basics of what works and what doesn't with regards to your loadouts and weapons, that opens up the opportunities of further experimentation with your loadouts. And with good practice and good teamwork, you can do stuff like this. So the next time you and your buddies are looking for a new strategy, a new way to play the game, consider bringing the car out and actually giving it a fair shot and not just writing it off as a death trap. And I think that's pretty much it for what I want to talk about with the car. There's a lot that I didn't talk about, such as like the durability of the thing, kind of glossed over that, how to actually drive the car, I left out pretty much all of that. I kind of mainly wanted to focus on the etiquette around the car and how you should be behaving around it and in it. There's two much better videos by Quartermaster Creature and Commissar Guy I recommend checking out. I'll link them in the description. They went a lot more in depth on team tactics and not just bringing the recoilless rifle. Gotta say, it was maybe a little bit disheartening making this video, getting absolutely fucking stuck with it and seeing Quartermaster Creature upload his video, which was way more in depth, way better produced than I knew mine would have ended up being. But you know, it is what it is. I'm proud of what I've made, and I've said what I want to say. Mostly, if you wear this fucking armor around my car, I swear to fucking god. Yeah, that's it.
But Snake, that technology hasn't been used since 1984. Snake! Snake! Snake!